Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to City Skylines, and we've still got our floods down here. The water is now...
A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Right, she's still rabbiting on about the tsunami, and I don't think she really knows what she's talking about, because I don't think there's been any real tsunamis here. The districts of Talleyrand, Tiny Big Man, Blackwall 36 and Patria Gracemark have taken a bit of a pounding with the water, but it's not anything to do with tsunamis. It's more to do with the fact that the water is flowing just a teensy little bit faster than it used to. So we've got all this water running down this way, and it's running into the lake over here, which in turn is flowing up this way and into our poop lake up here. Now, we do have, in 1977 Rugrat, a bit of flooding on the streets, which is not ideal. We don't want this. And I'm not really sure where this has come from. I'm starting to think that that's actually just a result of a little tiny bit of a wave that has come out of here, partly from this one, partly from these pipes that we've got installed here. And I'm thinking that we may shut those pipes down and allow the lake to sort of just reach another natural equilibrium up here. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure that it's coming from here. At the moment, I'm not really certain. Although it's kind of looking that way. We'll wait and see on that one. The dam over this way, we've got 624 megawatts of output on this at the moment, and the water here is starting to flood a little bit more. We'll worry about all of that a little bit later. We've got flooding in here. What I want to do first, building is on fire. We've got all these floods everywhere, and now we've got a building on fire. I think we'll leave those for a minute. Let's just speed up time here a little bit, and we'll see how this one... I reckon that's going to settle down. I don't think that's going to be an ongoing issue. This might be...
A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Right. I'm really getting fed up with her squawking. And we may end up doing something about that. But right now, what we need to do is we want to carry on just leveling out. Well, not leveling. We want to carry on building our natural barrier along here, because what we've got is we've extended the natural barrier this way. The road all the way up here is now passable. We've got a couple of bridges where they need to be, and the water is barely contained here, but it is contained. It's gone back around this way because it's come up here and then flowed back in across the plains. So we want to just adjust this around and keep that moving, sort of keep building up this wall all the way through. So that is the first thing that we're going to do today. We're going to carry on working on this bit here. So at the moment the terrain height is set to 0. Okay, we need to change this back down. We want to go to 0.04 on that one, and the brush strength, we've got about
a tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
We'll go to about 100. She's just going to keep squawking this whole... Let me just see a minute if there is an option to turn her down a bit. Ah. Emergency broadcast volume. Let's turn her down to something a little more pleasant like that. And then we might be able to do something about this. There. Now, where was I? We've got 72,000 people. We're losing people and we're losing money every single day at the moment. But it's okay. Things are going to change. So we've got a terrain height set there at 17690, which is about right for us. And we'll bring that all the way along like that. It's just going to raise up this terrain along here. Bring it up to that height there. There we go. Right. We've got our new height. Set that 76. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll bring that one along there like that. So I've got still enough to... just so that we can make a slightly wider channel here.
Tsunami has struck the city.
Oh, that's much
Take
better.
caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
That is much better. She's much quieter now. It's significantly improved. Now, if we bring that up along there, we don't need it to be quite so wide from this point down. We should still be able to have all the water flowing through. It should also encourage a bit more to flow through the actual Poop Lake. Whether or not it's going to work properly, I don't really know. I do want to dig out a lot more down the bottom. Once we get down here, I want to dig over there by the sea. I want to dig this out a lot more, because we got a massive amount of water flowing through there at the moment. I mean, it's looking pretty good. And this up here, it's really what you're looking at is the top of the dam compared to the top of the water below the dam. I think this is like one of the main things. The huge area of this city is still flooded.
Has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Yeah, okay. We get the idea now. What's happened is that she had a job to do some announcing. And unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond our control, namely, she was, you know, getting quite abusive to other members of staff and generally was just not being very nice. And also she had a hygiene problem. She was refusing to bathe and was starting to smell quite badly. So we had to let her go from the announcer's office. But what she's gone and done is she's found herself a little hidey hole up in the mountains, and she's still making the announcements. We don't need her to make these announcements anymore, but she doesn't want to stop. So it is a little bit of a nuisance, but unfortunately there's not a lot we can do about it, because the crazy lady is still wanting to do it. Garbage is piling up. I don't know how the garbage is piling up, because most of the...
struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Right, well, at least she's quieter than she used to be. Most of the garbage should have been washed away by this point. So I'm not really sure how we've still got garbage piling up. Now, we'll bring that over to there, like that. So we've got this. We've now got our wall all the way along here. And this area here is now starting to drain out. It's going to take a little while for it to dry up completely, but it is doing it. See, all the water's flowing down this way, and that's flowing in the correct direction as well. I wanted to make this a little bit wider, so we're going to work on that next. And we'll go down to about that depth there, I think. Oh, no. I know what we do. I know what we'll do. We'll set it down to the depth at the bottom of the lake over here. Right. And then we'll go through here like this. And we can start removing some of this. I'm going to move the brush strength up to about 0.8.
And avoid roads and waterfronts
just for this.
Until the water recedes.
There we go. Right. There. It's even 0.8 is a lot stronger with the brush strength than what we were using previously. There. I'm going to go a little bit wider as well. It makes a significant difference putting it out that wide. Go out like that. It's actually closing in the bottom a little bit there as well. So we can bring this out here, right over to near where the wall is, which means that more of the river is actually going to go in towards the Poop Lake rather than heading down towards the rest of the city. I mean, it does also mean that Poop Lake is going to have to deal with quite an inundation of water. But I'm confident that it can do so, and it's not going to cause us any major problems. At least that's what I'm hoping. He says that he's confident, but yeah, I'm hoping rather than confident. That would be closer to the truth. I feel.
Tsunami has struck the city.
Still...
Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
See, she's still quite loud. I don't want to turn her down any more than that, because otherwise I'm going to forget about the emergency broadcast, and we may also still want some other emergency broadcasts at some point. So for that reason, I'm still going to leave her talking, but hopefully she's just turned down enough that we don't have to worry about her too much. And we can just move that up through there. Okay, that's looking good. Bring that back around there like that. Right, so we've got a nice big channel that's coming all the way down this way here. And it's going to come over to that side a little bit there. I'm not going to take it out too much on that side. I'm actually going to start just shaving a bit off of this side over here. It's going to go back up like that. I still want to keep the width on it. There, that's a bit better like that. We'll bring that down to here.
Has struck the city.
And then...
take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Right, okay. Bring that back down through there like that. And we've got it all uncovered. So I've widened the mouth of it here by quite a considerable margin. We've also lowered down the shipwreck that was in here as well. That's all sort of now dropped right down low. There's a load of trees there that have all suddenly now gone beneath the waves. They'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. They will very quickly start to rot away, and then we won't have to worry about said trees anymore. So just want to erase that little bit there. And this bit up here, this is still above the water. I think that's just like a floating point. The shipwreck has now gone really deep. That's gone way down now, that has. And then I've got this bit out here, which I actually want to close up. I'm going to bring that one up there like that. And then there's this big area here that we can actually get rid of completely like this. Or most of. Right, so we've got the bottom of the lake is now all... it's the channel all the way through up to this point is all the same height. So let me just take this off a minute and we will see how our lake and everything is doing. Obviously there is going to be some disturbance in how the water performs over here just for a little while it sort of reaches its new balance, its new equilibrium. And it does take a while with all of it. It takes quite a while for the water to find its balance on the map, and you've got to kind of... that's one thing you do have to just let play out. There's not a lot else you can do about it. Jordan up here will probably remove those, like I said, but at the moment we're not going to. We've got a massive amount of water washing over here, and... I mean, yeah, we've got this one up here, but this road is still blocked, so they're not going to come over here just for a minute. What we'll need to do is widen this channel and deepen it so that the water can flow out properly. Down here, it's fine. We're not going to worry about that. And then we also need to do something about the city here and sort of making that a bit more usable. So we've got this channel. Now, the channel is actually doing all right. The water is slowly starting to recede here, and we no longer have the water building up in there. The water here, it doesn't look like it's going to change very much. It's kind of dropping down a little bit there. Let's go back to this. I see, right. I've got a slight pinch point here. That's what we've got. If I remove that bit there, like that, and that bit there, it's going to remove this little pinch point that we've got on the river. And what it should do, by me removing this... bringing it back towards this point over here, it should allow a slightly larger amount of water to flow towards this point. From here, it's okay being more of a pinch point. But from back there, we did want to widen that ever so slightly. So that should help the water now to flow down to here, and then it will spread wider. I mean, yeah, we've got this new wave that's going to come through. It's going to cause the odd issue. I think it's going to be all right, though. And what we need to do now is join up the outside connections. I think we can do that now without causing any issues. So we will go back here into the roads, and we will take... first we'll do the inside one up here first. So we'll come out of you. No, I want that road there. So we're going to go 180 like that, and that's going to go to there. And then it's going to come up onto the top of the bank up there. And it's then going to go over the top to that point there. There's no actual way to, like, choose the bridge. You've got to have it dead straight in order to be able to get one of those types of bridges. I mean, I really like these types of bridges. I think these are the better ones to have. I think they look quite good. Just whether I want it to... well, I guess we could have it coming out like that, there, and then... it'll come down there like that, and it'll join in there like that. That'll work. we can do that. We can work with this. So then we go 180 there. And that one will go like that. Up to about that point. And it'll go up to there. And then we need to bring this across straight. If I bring it over that way too much, it's not going to work. I need to just sort of have it like that. There we go. 3. Like that. And then that can sort of come back in about that way. And then it will go back in straight. Right. So it does come wider here. But I mean, here in the UK, you do often get dual carriageways and even motorways in places where the two lanes, they really, really separate out by a very long way before, and then they'll join back up again. And usually, they're both sort of side by side, but you do get points where they really separate out by a huge distance before joining back up again. Now, this down here, we're going to end up having to delete that and rebuild it. So the other thing that I want to do very quickly is I want to join in the railway station up here. So we'll go there, not the station, just the railway itself. So what I'll bring that up to here like this. Put it up onto... Actually, now where did I go? I wanted to bring it onto there, didn't I? So we need to... I can't do it like that straight because of the road being in the way. I got a feeling that the doesn't... Ah, there we go. We can go to that point there. I go like that. We bring it straight the way across there and there. That'll join in. So we've got a really cool bridge. I actually really like that bridge there. That bridge there, that is an absolutely wonderful looking bridge. That's going to come all the way across there. And it's now plenty high enough above the actual river. Okay, that bridge looks really good. I'm actually really pleased with that. I am. I'm genuinely pleased with that bridge. That is a really nice looking bridge that we got on there. And also, these two down here, we've now got our city connection back. That's looking good as well. Next, we need to do some stuff down here. We got the trains. The trains are actually coming back again. Right, this is really good. The trains are starting to move. We've still got some flooding down here, but because I've widened the channel up this way, there's less water running down this way now, which means that the floods are actually starting to recede. He says. But what are the... Ah, this is the next problem. The wealthy parts of the country, they're being affected. This is not good. We don't want the wealthy areas to be affected. We can't afford to have that. These are the people that elect us. We've got to make sure that they're being looked after. We'll have to do something about that, and very soon. Very quickly. So all of this over here is doing just fine. Yeah, that's underwater, but the water's starting to recede, so it shouldn't take too long before that is back in action and absolutely fine again. What we're going to need to do, though, is we're going to need to remove some of this down here. So we're going to go... Now, I got to remember where I've got trains. So we're going to do this one half at a time. So first up, we're going to leave those two there. We're going to remove this line here like this, right? That's all going to come out down there like that. There. I'm going to remove that down as far as... Actually, I'm going to keep removing it. I'm going to remove it all the way down to here. Keep going. And take you out. So, I need to remember roughly where we've got tracks coming through. So I can remove that, but I want to leave... Actually, no, I can do that one there. So I do remember that. And we've got our main station in there. I can remove that bit. And that bit up there can go out as well. I just want to remember that I've got like a double point on there. The monorail can come out. We can take that one out there. So we've got it to this point here. So next, we want to go back into landscaping. And I want to reset my point up to there. I want to lower the brush size down to about 80, I'd say. There at 176. And I want to start bringing this line here up. So I don't want to go any wider than this. Yeah, that's actually going to work out quite nicely. We bring that one along. This side, we'll deal with that in a minute. So I want to bring this bit here along there like that. So all I got to do for now is I just got to raise this up, because it's not going to affect the channel. The main channel is going to be fine. And then that's going to come up to there, like that. And that's all going exactly where it should be. Same over here. We're running this down through. I've still got the brush strength on 0.8. It is a little strong, actually, but I think it's going to be all right. So I'll bring that there like that. And bring that up. Now, I could actually do with on here, maybe just moving that wall out a little bit. I'm just sort of looking at this, and I'm thinking maybe I should have the wall over there a bit more, and then I can lower down this side. So let me reset that down there, and just dig that out a little bit there. I'm also going to fill the bit in between the station. I'll bring that, yeah, if I bring that up to there. Just want to move this whole hill over. We just want to sort of sculpt it back that way a little bit. Should make everything flow just a little bit easier. There we go. Gonna blend that in there. And that's giving us... We just want that little slightly wider part there so that we can fit a train track down through it. That's all I'm after. There, bring that back up to there. And I'll sort of sculpt it back in that way a little bit. We'll try and build this up here a bit more. Back... Although I honestly don't think that's going to make a huge amount of difference because we've already got buildings down that low. So, generally speaking, it's not going to be affected very much. So now we can go back. We'll go back up here and we'll set it back up to about 176. And now I'm bringing the terrain out this side. We're coming up here. This is the height that it's got to be. But we're out a bit further than we were last time, which now means that we've got room for a train track to go down through the middle there. And it's not going to cause us any problems by putting it in. It's going to be much better. There we go. Right, keep going. Sculpt that one down to there. This is going to stop the... This is kind of the big important thing here, is we need to stop the water from flowing along this way. This is the bit that's going to cause us the most problems. With getting... We need to get our city back on track. We need to get the city... we don't want it being flooded anymore. So we need to be able to have everything built back up to what it should be. You know, flood defenses all up to a good high standard. There we go. And we'll bring this over here. So I can bring flood defenses there. Right. I'm going to lower the brush strength now down to 0.4 because it is a little bit strong. There. And it makes a significant difference when you're doing it. If the brush strength is a little bit too much, I do notice it's making quite a bit of a difference. So I bring that into there. There we go. Right, so it's already stopped the water coming back down this way. And yes, we've still got a little bit of water coming over here, but again, that I can very quickly take care of. If I just put that across there, it's going to start to slow it down by quite a margin. We can let that sort of start to balance itself out a bit. And we can go over to this way and we can just start building up some of these tracks. So I want to go back now to the train tracks. And this one here needs to come around. No, we want that one. I'll bring that one out like that. Oh, hang on. No, space occupied. I want to bring it off of the actual track like that. There, so that will come down a little bit. That's going to come down to ground level. And we're going to bring this track here. It's going to run along there. Like that. It's going to run past the end here. There. I can just go in and delete a couple more points on there. And then this track here can keep running on around this way. We'll get it to that point for a minute. Actually, I'm just going to stop it right there. And then this one here will come out and that'll join into the track there. Excellent. And then this one here is going to join in... Which way do we want it to go? About there, I think. And that's going to join in there. Like that. It's got a little tunnel going through there, but that's good. That means it's going to sort of... Actually, no. No. We don't want that at all. What we want to do... Let me get rid of that. And that. And then I can get rid of these. I know now that I need to bring this one out from here. So we'll sort of bring that out that way. And I'll take the train off of here. And I'm going to bring this up. That's as high as it will go. Oh, no. That's as high as it will go. There. So we've got a nice high point up here. That's a long way up. Okay, I may have overdone it just a little bit, bringing that one up there. So we'll, let's just get rid of that a second. Because what I can do is I can bring it back this side. And, well, that's the height. That's the height up there. So if I just bring this back over here and get rid of those, then we will landscape this bit here down to the correct height, which is about there. I can actually make that brush a little bit bigger on this side, I think. We'll go to about 100. And I'll bring that down to there like that. So what I'm giving it here is just the final height there, and then I'm going to stick the train track on top of that. Go over to there. And then I got the train track, so I want to put it onto the top there, and that's going to come out like that. Lower you back down. You can sit right up on top of there now. That's going to be perfect. And then bring you over to here. So we've got one that will come over this way. And it does actually need to go in there. Space occupied. So in order for this to work, it's going to come out like that. That one's going to come out there. And then it's going to come down... sort of like that. And into there like that. And then we need to build another one off of here. And this has got to be another multiple point. There, that's going to go from there. And that one's going to come out there. And I want that one to go in down there. Just before that, so that it's able to come down, round, and sort of fit through without too much problem. So then we've got the final one is going to come off of there. That one's going to go this way. Again, it's not going to fit. It's got to go up a tiny fraction. There, like that, and then it's going to come in and join in that side. So, it's a little bit steep. It's not ideal for the trains, but it's still going to work. That's what we need. And we've got it joined up down there. The only one that we don't have at the moment is this track coming off of here. That bridge has got to be removed and rebuilt from back there. We'll take that back here. And I'm also going to remove that piece back there like that. Then I'll leave that piece in the middle. I'm doing it like this so that I don't forget where we've got tracks at the moment, because I don't want to move any from this point. I kind of want to keep the tracks roughly where they are, and we'll use those and like rebuild the city as it is right now. We're going to increase that brush strength by just couple of points there. 0.06. That's better. Bring that through. I'm still able to feather it a little bit with that, but it's not going insane on me, which is a really good thing. Insanity is not necessarily what we want right now. Bring that into there like that. Go on, keep going. Keep going, keep working. There we go. Right. So now I can get rid of that piece of bridge in there. Fairly well. And then we can go back to the railway. So we've got the railways all the way back here at the moment. I will bring that up a bit out to there. And we'll stop it at that point. And then I'm going to bring this around to there, like that. And then that's going to join on to the track there. And then we're going to take a piece of track off of there. And it's going to come out that way. And it's going to sit right up on top of there, like that, and then it's going to come down and it's going to join into that track down there. And it's actually, I really like that, the way that it goes through the embankment there. We've sort of got a bit of reinforced tunnel on that, and the trains are back. Look at this. The trains are back and they're running, they're going into the station, they're being used. Yes, we've got some garbage piling up in places, but it's still working. So, this bit down here next, this is the next part that we've got to work on. We also could do with just repairing that monorail. We'll do the monorail last, I think. So, next up, the road. all the way back up to there. We'll remove that up there. And then I will remove all of this road through here so that then we can build in the defences that we need so that the road can be rebuilt in a better position. Right. That's coming to that point. I don't want to change it any more than that. I'm hoping that we will have enough. So, we no longer have... Oh yeah, we do. We still got water flowing into the city. We don't have a lot of water flowing into the city. We've got some. Over this side, it's doing really well. The dam it's all going in the correct direction, so we are definitely... Actually, we'll get rid of these now. We don't need these pipes any longer. Yes. Get rid of all of these. These are no longer needed. Right. Perfect. They're all gone, which means that water is going to recede, and it's now just going to be the water that's flowing through the dam. We'll come out here, and we will alter all of that in a little while. First up, we've got to keep working on our defenses over here. Now, you can see we've got a really wide area over here, so we definitely need to do something about that. We've got this narrow channel that comes down. We want to bring that along there. Sort of going to come out that way. Up to that height. All the way along. And bring that out that way there. There we go. Right. That goes through there. I mean, we don't really want it to widen too much. We want to be able to have the space here. And also, we've got to be careful of... It's better if we do the lower side first. If we do this lower side first, then we're not going to have a wave sort of come out from when we do the higher side and do another, cause more flooding over here. We kind of want to start avoiding the flooding now. There we go. Bring that up to there. So we've reached this point. I'm going to need to remove all of those so that I can rebuild them. Let me get rid of that lot there. All the way back over to there. Now, where's the power? So that has got no power there. I've already got power going over that side. It was the power that came to this side, and that came from there. So I can actually, what I can do is so that our industrial area is not without power for any prolonged period of time. I can bring this one over here like this. There. And just join it in over there like that. Right. That's going to give power back to the industrial area over here. We've got trains coming in and out of here, and we've got a little bit of a road, but we don't have much in the way of road connections at the moment because we don't have this connected up. We've still got to do that, and also the monorail. But I'm doing the monorail last. So let me go back to the building again, and we're going to go to there. So we can carry on building this embankment. There we go. We build this embankment all the way along here. That's going to stop that water from flowing through once and for all. Nobody's going to have any problems after this. Well, at least until I start playing around with the natural disasters. Have you ever seen the film Geostorm? Where they control the weather for the planet Earth. It's a really good film. I really enjoyed that film. And I like the premise behind it because I don't think that that is complete science fiction. I think that it is futuristic science fiction. I don't think it's complete fantasy. I think it's futuristic science fiction. Now, I know that they always used to say, oh yeah, we've been controlling our weather in 20 years' time. I don't think it's going to be 20 years' time. But I do think that eventually something like that will happen. It may take 100 years, it may take 1,000 years, but I still believe that something like that will eventually happen. So, Geostorm, yeah. But it starts to go horribly wrong, and they get things go horribly wrong with it. All sorts of things around the world start to go horribly wrong. I believe that is also going to happen. Well, it could potentially happen, which, so it's kind of a realistic film, as far as I'm concerned. And so if you've got this geostorm thing that could happen, then in theory, we could also accidentally, we can, secure asteroids, and we can put them where we want to, because of science. Well, something might go horribly wrong with that, and it might cause, an asteroid impact on the embankments up here, and also cause sinkholes and earthquakes all around the embankments here. and sort of also on the wall over here and cause massive, major, terrible flooding that would wipe out the entire city over here. It could happen. It could happen. I'm not saying I want it to. That would be kind of sadistic, really, if I said that I wanted such a thing to happen. I'm just saying that it might. It might one day happen, and well, it would be terrible, wouldn't it? It would be absolutely terrible. I'm sure it would. I'm sure you'll all agree with me that such a thing, such an occurrence would be a terrible, terrible thing. I'm going to make the brush much bigger here, and also, right, I'm feathering this very, very carefully because I don't want it to go too high. I want it to be a little bit higher than it is, but I don't want it to go too high. The only reason I want it a little bit higher, I mean, I like the idea of having slightly uneven terrain here as well. I think that sort of is quite a good thing to have, slightly uneven terrain. I'll bring that into there. I'm just trying to bring up this little bit along the edge there. So if I drop that brush size down, I can just sort of bring this in, feather that in along the very edges there. We can just join that piece along the edge there. There we go. Put that in through there. That's kind of almost looking a little bit more natural hills here, which is what I wanted. And bring that up a bit. I'll go round there a little bit. Right, that's looking a lot better. The trains are still able to run through there. It's not going to take long for this water to recede either. And that should all be tickety-boo. Should all be absolutely wonderful. So, we can come back down here, and the next stage is we want to get our bulldozer, and we want to remove the train track from here, from this point on. Come down through. We're going to have to remember that we've got it split, so it goes both ways down here. And one there. Right. Oh, we've also got to remove the power line along here now. That's also got to be done. There. What have I got there? Oh, tunnel. Right. Right, so we've got the power removed from there. Have I got power joined back in anywhere else? I don't think I have. I'm not sure that we've got enough power coming through. What I will do in a minute is I can... Where did I... Oh, I put it from here, didn't I? We're well away from that. Except that I still need to put the road in. So we'll put the road in, then we'll worry about the other bits. So the road's got to go first. We'll take that one, and we're going to go from here, and we're going to start bringing this road down, and that's going to go across there like that, and then across the Badlands over here, like that, and it's going to go up to that point there. Oh, hang on a minute. Right, it doesn't want to go to that point there at all. I want to delete it all the way back to there. Yeah, disconnected power grid. I'm well aware of the disconnected power grid, fear not. Okay, so we'll bring that out to there, and I want to bring that one, it sort of wants to go up to, well, about that point there, really. And then it needs to come across here. Now, well, I guess we're not having a fancy bridge here. We're just going to have a bridge like that. So that one there is going to come out and slope too steep. Right. I don't want slope too steep. I don't like slope too steep. Slope too steep there. If I do that, it's sort of... Oh, no, that's all right. That it will go across there, just. As we don't have one of those on the other side, we'll just do it like that. And then this one can come down to here. And we'll spin round. And we've got to get it underneath this train track now. And that's not going to happen. So we're going to have to delete the train, so that we can move the rest of it through. So let's just quickly get rid of that, and that up to that point there. And you. Then we can go back to here. And put in the final connection up to there. There we go. So we've got a couple of little pools in here, which shouldn't be affected by anything. And then we can go back to our train over here. And that's going to come this way. And it's going to go up there. And then it's going to join into there like that. Right. That's all joined in. Bit of a steep drop there, but that's okay. I can live with that. So next, I need to go to my monorail. No, not the cable car. My monorail. Where is that? Monorail. There we go. And I want you. Let's take that one. And now, we want to bring that across here. How am I going to get... Ah, there we go. It will go across. It will go across. We can take it over to there. I'm actually going to lower that down as much as I can. That's as much as I can lower it there. And then... Right, now, this is a tricky bit. I just need to get it to join into that bit down there. That's too low. I'm going to tell you that's too low down there. We will bring that up to there like that, and then I might be able to do this. Bring you out that way. Like that. And sort of put you to this way here. Slope too steep there. And bring that down as low as I can. There we go. Bring it down to that point, and then it should go over this way and join in there like that. Right, so we've now got the monorail joined back in as well. That one's now flowing. It's running. The connections should join back up. I've got a very steep turn on the track here. You can see that by the trains that are going through, but they're still going through. Right, they are still able to get through there, and as far as I'm concerned, if they're going through, then that's fine. It's telling me that everything is all tickety-boo and wonderful. So we've got the road connected back up as well. That's all flowing freely. The monorail is no longer disconnected. That's coming in. We've got passengers coming in over this side. This is brilliant. Everything is now starting to flow again. The city down here, the flooding is... I was going to say the flooding is over, but the flooding is partially over. The flooding's only partially over. We've still got some flooding taking place over here, and it's something that we will have to come back to. Right now, I want to join onto there, go on to that point, straight across the river there, and then join back down onto that one. And then I want to go back to my railway here. And I got the last little bit of railway that we need to join in. And that's got to come over to about there. And it's going to have to go through here. I'm going to have to try and get it across this lot. And that ain't going to be easy because of where all the stands have got to go. Doesn't like it. See, I can bring it up there, but the actual, like, the bases of it doesn't like... That's the bit that it doesn't like. I know what I can do. Let me delete this back a little bit further. Like that. Then we'll take it. We'll bring it off of here. Come out of there and come that way. And then we want to go over to here. Right. Bring that up. Like that. And then straight across there. There we go. Right, I had to play with it a little bit over that side, but it has come through for us. Absolutely wonderful. And then it comes straight back down the other side, and we've got our outside connection on this side as well. I mean, yeah, we've got a little bit of water flowing across the track down this side at the moment, but the trains are still running over here. Get rid of that. We've got a little bit of water flowing in up this way. It's trying to move up the river here, because it's coming on down there. The majority of the water, though, is running in here, into the lake, and into the wealthy part of town. It's flooded the technical school. This wasn't part of our master plan. So far, though, I think we're doing pretty well. We've raised the level of the river all the way around. We've got these natural banks all the way around. The forest up here is completely recovered. Look at the traffic we've got on the trains here. This is fantastic. Look at them all cute. Oh, that's wonderful. They're all queued right down here trying to get in. And so what exactly is going... Oh, I see. Right, what we actually need here, in order to be able to facilitate the free movement of our trains, we need to put a track coming out that way. across over to there. It doesn't like that. We'll have to put it to that point, I think. There. Space occupied. Really doesn't like it, does it? Guess if I sort of bring it to there and then... No. Distance too short. Right, well, I know I can do this. I can join it across there, which is going to stop this little bit of nonsense going on. So if I bring that one out there... Oh, there we go. Right. Now we stop the nonsense. We just need to let them clear themselves out a little bit. And they should start going in the correct direction. At least I'm hoping they will. So that one will come up there. We've got one that's... No, see, they're doing it again. They're coming across here. And they're not coming out the right direction that they want to go. Because... Oh, I see. Yeah, they're wanting to go up there. And in order to get up there, they can't really. Not going in there. I mean, this one's coming. This one's wanting to come into the station as well. So if I can... I'm going to have to build another... I'm going to have to build another one. I'm going to come sort of from... here, I guess. Bring that out. Go up there. Up there like that. Join that on there. Right, let's try that. We've got tracks everywhere. We've got proper spaghetti junction with trains. Hopefully, they'll be able to pathfind their way around that, and then it will speed things up a little bit. Because this, over here, this is, like, really slow. And all we're doing at the moment is we're having to wait for some of the trains to, like, vanish in order to be able to carry on going. So what we should have now is a train should go that way. This will stay free going that way so they can run up through there if they want to. And then there. So I got one train there that's going up through. Wow, okay. Did you see that? It pulled the train right off the side there. Then that one's gone to that point. Oh, I see. He's waiting for that train there. And then that one's coming through. That one's going on through. That one's coming up. He's going down through. It's working. I could probably remove this part and just keep that part there. What I don't like is the way that they're doing this. Right? They're coming in. Instead of waiting back there, they're blocking the main line. So if they're coming in that way... Oh, no. There's one-way track, isn't there? We can use this. So what I can do instead is if I go with that, I can upgrade this to one-way track only. Like that. Doesn't matter that that's too steep in there, because they can only go in that direction to go up there. And then they'll go up that way. And they'll go through there, although we're still blocking the main line on here. So really, we want to bring out another track up here, and we want to bring that back in and join it onto there. So they don't block the main line up this way. And then you're only going to get the ones going up there. And they're coming down through here. Again, we've got a little bit more traffic flowing around these. I mean, they seem to be doing all right. I've never had to worry about traffic with the trains before. This is actually really cool. I love it. And we'll take one of these. I am so over time today. I need to stop. I'm getting really quite carried away with this. Okay, let's raise you up like that. You across to there. And over to there. And then we'll drop you down. And I want to bring you under there. And then join you in there like that. So, we should have trains coming in this way. They'll come in there. And come in down there. And then they'll go out up that way. In theory. Are they going to do it, though? Are they going to come in down here? I guess about it. Well, I don't really want a one-way system on this, do I? No. I definitely don't want a one-way system. So you're going up to there, and then you're stopping, and you're going out that way. We got one coming in here. He's stopping. That one's going out. Okay, they're all starting to move a little bit more freely than they were. Which is a good thing. Okay, I've had enough of playing with trains, but we do have a proper spaghetti junction with trains here today. This is absolutely fun. I am loving this. I am really loving this. Spaghetti junction with trains. This is awesome. Absolutely brilliant. That is so cool. Right, we've run out of time, so if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well, that would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching, this is Frithgar, goodbye, and see you later.